welcome back. It is time to get rolling on our Week 9 picks covering Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Week 9. We got a nice little slate going for these 3 days before we get into the weekend. But first, let's talk about last week. Another good week last week. We started out on Tuesday night. Louisiana Tech, New Mexico State over 49.5. That's a win. Western Kentucky plus 3.5. That's a win. FIU minus 6.5 loss, but Marshall minus 8.5, Virginia Tech minus 6.5, and Duke minus 3 all wins. BYU minus 8.5 is a loss. Missouri minus 3.5 is a win. Louisiana Coastal Carolina over 56.5 was a win. Wisconsin Northwestern over 41 was a loss. Rutgers minus 4 was a loss. Eastern Michigan minus 3 was a win. Tulsa money line loss. Illinois plus 4 was a win. Alabama, Tennessee over 56.5. Texas State minus 9.5, both losses. Toledo money line win. USF plus 13.5 win. North Texas plus 12.5 a win. And Texas minus 4 was a loss. It was a 12-8 week last week. That brings us up 2.32 units. Year to date, 73, 64, and 3, up 3.29 units, and we are moving on to week 9. Starting out Tuesday night, we got Sam Houston and FIU. FIU coming off a loss to UTEP when they were favored, while Sam Houston struggled against Western Kentucky. Sam Houston has a much more manageable opponent in this one. FIU allows a ton of yards on the ground to the tune of over 200 a game. Further, Sam Houston's been dominant on the ground this year. They're going to dominate the ground once again. Sam Houston gets another win, but the best play on this one is the total. Take the over 45.5 minus 110 on Fanatics. Moving on to UTEP and Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech scoring over 25 points per game, while UTEP is managing just 18 points per game. Further, Louisiana Tech been dominant through the air and facing a defense that's 115th in the nation in opponents' yards per game. Louisiana Tech's been solid on defense, great against the run, and can create turnovers. UTEP's going to give them those turnovers. So as long as Louisiana Tech capitalizes, I like their chances in this one. Louisiana Tech minus 6, minus 106 on ProfitX. Wednesday, we got Liberty and Kennesaw State. Liberty's 5-0 this year, but they're just 1-4 against the spread. The one cover was against East Carolina. That's also the best team they faced this year. Kennesaw State just 1-5 against the spread though this year. That was their the first week they covered against UTSA. Still, Kennesaw State, one of the worst offensive teams in the nation, 134th in the nation in points per game, facing a quality defense. They're going to struggle to score. Liberty, minus 24, minus 110 on Fanatics. We got Middle Tennessee and Jacksonville State on Wednesday. Jacksonville State's won 3 straight. Middle Tennessee struggled on the road this year. Middle Tennessee will have to rely on the air game. Their ground game's awful. Problem is, Jacksonville State's great on pass defense. Still, what gives me pause in this game is last week from Middle Tennessee State. It was a 12-5 victory for Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee can slow down the game if needed. Jacksonville State's known to run the ball plenty. This total's too high. Take the under 64, minus 106 on Bet Rivers. Moving to Georgia Southern and Old Dominion. Old Dominion is the favorite in this game, but they've struggled on offense this year. They're 85th in the nation this year in scoring just 23.1 points per game. Georgia Southern's been slightly better, scoring 28 points per game. Still, Georgia Southern's been dominant in the red zone. They're 15th in the nation in scoring in the red zone. That's going to be the difference in this one. Georgia Southern money line, plus 110 MGM. And finally, Thursday night, we got Syracuse and Pitt. Syracuse has been solid this year, 32nd in the nation in points per game, 14th in yards per game. Further, they're second in the nation in third down conversion percentage this year. Still, Pitt's been the better offense on the year. They're 23rd in the nation in points per game. They're 20th in yards per game. The defense is 17th in the nation in third down conversions against. Should be an evenly matched game, but Pitt's the better team. Pitt, minus 5.5, minus 109, Bet Rivers. Let's recap. We got the over 45.5 in Sam Houston FIU. We got Louisiana Tech minus 6, Liberty minus 24, under 64 in Middle Tennessee and Jacksonville State, Georgia Southern money line, and Pitt minus 5.5. We will be back later this week with our picks for Friday and Saturday's game. We're on a hot streak, winners of 3 of the last 4 weeks. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.